Buddy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that handsome debonair young man. I like that shirt, dude. That guy over there is that's MJ Hurley. I'm Coach Bruce. Welcome to another edition of the flagship Third Down Thursdays presented by TDT Media. MJ, what is good in the hood down there in Texas?
Hello, sir. It is 109 degrees here down in Dallas, Texas, and
I'm good.
Yeah, it was a toasty one today.
Yeah, no, I'm good, dog.
Yeah, I spent like 2 hours in the pool because it was just hot. Thankfully, I didn't have to work today.
You didn't get a lot of color. You didn't get a lot of color, though. I will say that you're not like hardcore, like sun or anything. It's a good thing.
No, I'm decently tan at the moment. I can show you my
Nope, I'm good, dog.
Kinda.
Oh, okay.
No, my
Wait,
ring.
Okay, good. Show your wife the other ring tan.
Welcome to Third Down Thursdays, everybody.
Let's go.
Beautiful. But yeah, I'm doing good. It's toasty down here, but I will say overall I like it better than Chicago.
Okay. Yeah, how long have you been there now?
Almost a year.
You've been in Dallas for almost a year now? Oh, well,
yeah, you're in October. Yeah, we moved in October.
Oh, wow.
It's already we're like a month and a half away from a year. Yeah, it's crazy.
Time just like where's time? What is time?
I have no idea. But yeah, in general, obviously there are certain people, such as you and your family that I miss from being in Chicago. I do personally, just in general, if I had to endure extreme cold or extreme heat, I prefer the extreme cold. However,
100%.
However, I like the lifestyle, and I am generally happier in Dallas. There's not the seasonal depression, all of that crap. Now, I will say it is great to not have to get up 15 minutes early to defrost your car before you go to school or work. That is that's the biggest thing.
Or garage.
Yeah, I mean, but like when I lived in Peoria after I graduated college, as an apartment complex, didn't have a garage. So, I had to be at work at 6 a.m. and had to get up 15 minutes early to defrost my car. Like
there's not more blowing snow in Peoria too. Like just because it's not a little bit more open. Yeah.
I got trapped in twice, and my kitchen director had to come get me because he had a giant SUV, and so he would come get everybody and get them to work. And it was just, I don't miss that at all. Like, I would much rather deal with, just sweating a little bit than
of course, 100%.
Because also, like, people down here are, and I will say this with no regard for Chicago, people down here actually like have work ethics and are a lot tougher. And so like the average person that works at my restaurant does not complain about the heat. Whereas like up north, whether that was my store in Chicago or Peoria, they were just little babies.
I bitch about the heat all the time. I can't stand heat.
Which is fair, but like, and trust me, when it gets below 50, people here complain about the cold, but like they're just tougher people in general. And I don't really hear complaints about weather until it gets like decently cold. But like it's 109, they're like, yeah, I'll go outside. They don't care.
Yeah.
And it's just like good, hardworking people. Like the construction workers out here, just like shorts and a t-shirt, 109 degrees. They just they don't care. They're just ballers.
They'll wait. I wonder if it's just. Well, you know what though? I know this for a fact. There's different regulations out there than are up here. So, I mean,
officially, no.
No. Yes, there are. Yes, there are.
Well, are you talking about construction or like being out in the heat?
Construction.
Oh yeah, I mean they're supposed to wear like pants, long shirt, hat, blah blah blah. They don't.
Right.
Because like I've got a couple of people who work for my restaurant that wear long sleeves all the time, and I'm like, how are you not hot? And they're like, I used to work in construction, so I got used to wearing long sleeves. But like I see plenty of guys who are out and about doing construction that are in short sleeves, and I'm just like, you're breaking rules. But they're just so tan.
When I was younger, when I worked at I used to do maintenance for a school district. And dude, I used to do brick paving, so I was out from 6:30 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon. And genuinely, like I was wearing pants and like a t-shirt with like a vest over the top of it, and I was totally fine with that. Like now, I mean, that's position. I'm like, this sucks. It's way too hot. My nuts are sticking to my legs. Like, this is not good. It's like what I was talking about earlier, dude. I'm gonna get through this with like freaking taint, sweat, and moxie. That's how I got through that, dude.
By the way, your mic is like a little patchy. Like it sounds like there's
of course click. It is.
Sounds like there's a slight click. We love live shows. And
should we good now? Testing.
I think so.
Are we doing now?
No.
You still hear that? Is it a yay or an A?
It's an A. I still hear it.
Weird.
Sai, can you tell me if you can hear it too?
I don't hear it.
Can you hear it?
You don't hear it?
This click that you're talking about, I don't hear on my end. He sounds like how he sounds every other show.
Okay, maybe it's me.
Test 1 2 1 2.
He sounds like how he sounds every other show. Hold on. Test 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, no clicks.
Okay. Might just be me. Hand up accountability. That's on me.
Unbelievable.
That's on me, ladies and gentlemen. That's on me, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize.
No, it's all good. But anyway, so yeah, dude. So continue with what you're saying. So it was a hot one today. Hung out by the pool. Did you do anything else?
Yes, I went golfing this morning. Came back, really just kind of laid around for a little bit. Didn't do much. Then went to the pool. Came home. Had some pizza for dinner. Now we're here.
Pizza action. I got a little chicken quesadilla action. Homemade chicken quesadilla.
Ooh.
It's quick and easy. Boom, boom, get it done.
No, and since I know you're already gonna start stuff, yes, I shot a 92 on my own ball. It wasn't a great day. It was an average day. Nothing about my game was special. Nothing about my game was just like truly horrible. It was just like played meh golf.
Played an outing on what was it? Tuesday. On Tuesday we played an out.
You got to go. You got to go get paid to golf.
Yeah, got paid to golf. Nice. Did a little work scramble. Didn't do too badly.
There we go.
We shot the winning team. Okay. Let's talk about this. The winning team had 3 seniors on their team, so they were hitting from the senior tee.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever. I saw this guy one of these guys was all decked out in Masters gear, and the only way you can get Masters attire, obviously, is if you buy it from the actual store at Augusta,
right?
Or you pay it like an astronomical amount online for whatever. Anyway,
yeah.
But yeah, dude, so I was watching, and then this team was in front of us. So they're called the shot starts, whatever, it's scramble. Shotgun starts with the scramble. So we were team 8B, they were team 8A. So they were right directly in front of us.
on the hole that we're sponsoring, so we got a chance to watch them like hit and stuff. And actually, no, I'm sorry. We were 8A, they were 7B, so they were on hole out of us. So that's why we were able to stay behind them and see what they were doing. I was able to see the swings, bro.
Yeah,
this guy was a hardcore ringer. They ended up winning all of it. They shot 12 under, which honestly isn't that great for a scramble.
it's really not.
We ended up shooting. I think we finished tied for 4th, and we shot. I think we shot like minus. That's whatever. We shot -9. So I mean,
Okay.
I personally shot okay. I didn't do terrible. My drives were actually pretty like my drives were okay at the beginning, and then I started like kind of getting drunk. Go figure. So I started I started swinging out of my heels. Then as soon as I start swinging out of my heels, that's when all the club head stays open and starts slicing.
Yeah.
And then but on the bright side though, my irons were freaking solid all day long. Like my iron game was on point, dude. And I was kind of happy about that. Putting, I was okay, but it was cool. It was cool. Like I said, it was cool to golf on a work day. Actually, we have coming up. We have a bunch of golf outings coming up. So that's going to be that's going to be pretty. Oh, here's another thing. We won't name the golf we won't name the place. We won't say anything about the place because respectfully, like I understand the policies and things like that on their property.
Oh boy.
We'll preface this with that. However,
is it one I know?
Yeah. Wait, what is the policy that you would know? Yeah.
No, is it a
place that no. It was the first time I've ever golfed there. Okay. It was like some like kind of hoity-toity country club type shit. So anyway, but they were nice about it, but whatever. I was kind of annoyed at first. So my wife bought me for my birthday a sleeve, like a beer sleeve. So I put like 6 beers in the sleeve that are cold and like it's insulated and everything like that. And it generally stays cold during the course of like my time golfing. To be honest, I can go through a 6-pack of beer fairly quick. Yeah. I'm sitting there like I'm like finishing up like some of the beers because I still purchase like beverages from the beverage people, the beverage like woman, man, whomever it comes through.
Yeah.
Usually it's women, so don't hate on me, all you bleeding heart liberals. It's usually a beverage girl, and she'll come in and she'll just be like, hey, you guys want anything? Of course, I'm gonna always order something because I'm not gonna be the guy, so I'll order something, whatever. And I go back to I drink it, get finished with that. We're on the next hole. And I was like, man, I kind of want another beer. So I go look to find another beer. It's gone. My golf sleeve is gone. My beer sleeve is gone. I was like, where the fuck did it go? Like, there is no way that it's gonna like when we're on a cart, it's gonna like jump all the way out of my bag when we're driving on the cart.
Right.
It's heavy enough that it'll be sustainable in there and everything's good. So I'm like, all right, and I'm not gonna lie, it did distract me for first like two holes because like my team that I was playing with was giving me shit. They're like, you probably didn't even put it in your bag. You probably left it either in your truck or your house, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. Every time I go golfing, I always have a 6-pack of beer, boom, ready to go, just in case if one of my guys want one or if I want one. And we get finished, like everything's cool. We're finishing up, tallying up scores. And I'm like, hey, I see this guy walking through, one of the workers, younger guy, probably is in college or something like that. I'm like, hey, man, quick question. I'm like, so I had a sleeve that was in my bag. And I'm just curious if you guys may have taken it out or something like that, because I thought I could have sworn it was in there. And then this woman's like, oh, our supervisor took it out of your bag. And I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. So I walk up and the guy's like, yeah, you're not allowed to have outside beverages at the, on our course. I'm like, no. And I'm like, honestly, and I totally did lie. I was like, I was at a golf outing on Sunday and I just forgot to take it out of my bag, blah, blah, bullshit.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah. I'm like, but you probably should let me know next time or let someone know if you're going to take someone's personal property out of their bag. You can't just confiscate it. It doesn't work like that. Like, sure, we could confiscate it. I'm like, okay, you can confiscate it, yes, but how about this? You could just give someone a common courtesy saying like, hey, can you please put this back in your vehicle? You're not allowed to have this on the premises because, it's outside drinks or whatever. And then he's like, oh, I was like, yeah, just, somebody that works in a business that has to have some kind of courtesy or whatever. It just would have been nice. Because
that is just wild.
Right, dude. So I'm like, you're not supposed to be going into like physically into my bag and pulling the damn thing out. But anyway, so got it back, got it resolved.
How did they like what?
You specifically? Okay, so I totally could go out to my garage and like show it to you, but like the sleeve is actually all the way in, so in one of like the areas of my my bag.
Yeah,
and like it's not easily noticeable. Like I've gone to so many different golf clubs and so many different like courses during my time of having that, and no one's ever noticed it. No one looked at it, no one's ever like put a second thought into it whatsoever. And then all of a sudden, this one, like this fucking like a little douchebag, I bet, like ended up like being like, this is kind of heavy. I think this has something. Little nerd. Go ahead.
How? I'm just trying to think like, who cares? No, not thumbs up. Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down, StreamYard.
Well, right.
Number
like,
one, who cares? Number
right.
two, who reported that or noticed?
Right. And well, here's the other
number
thing too.
three.
It was an open
who does
bar
that?
Too. So it was an open bar, so I was like, all right, whatever, that's fine. I'm not gonna get mad about it. So then that prompted me to go kind of ham a little bit. So I ended up like walking into the bar. And I'm not even kidding when I tell you this. I probably got like at one time I ended up getting 7 beers, and the next time I went up I got 10. I didn't drink all of them, by the way. I was like passing them out. I was just passing them out, and then I mean I did tip too, so whatever. But like I was like, dude, like what are you doing? Come on, like it's kind of, where are we at right now? People are gonna be like this, like jackassian. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only reason I would never want to join one of those clubs. Like, I think it would be really cool. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be a good experience. But like that level of like,
right? No, like that level of like just freaking like, and no offense to you, like you know, just typically,
we're gonna have to confiscate.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to confiscate this because you're not allowed to have this on the premises because goes against our policies and our rules.
Well, I liken it to like a school taking somebody's cell phone. Like,
yeah, essentially. Like,
I think like they technically can, but like it's kind of messed up to do it. Right, that's what I'm saying. Is like,
but they can't go through it. Right.
Yeah, and that's where it's like, you technically, it. You know, I'm sure you have signs that say any outside food or beverage will be confiscated, but like, just come up to you and like be a man.
Well, not only that,
say
but
something.
The way it's placed in my bag, in my golf bag, like you physically have to like either know what it is, like dig it out, or physically know what it is to be looking for it, because it could like the way it looks like a golf umbrella. Like it looks, it genuinely like that the way this, like the way it fits in the sleeve. I wish I freaking had it, but the way it fits inside my golf bag, it genuinely is with the other golf clubs. It takes up like one spot where like clubs would be, and it seriously just looks like a golf club, or excuse me, a golf umbrella. It's pretty solid, actually.
That's actually genius.
But no, the guy gave me kind of some bullshit though. He's like, oh, we had a guy that was here that had one of the, you know, like the ones that you can like unfold and pump, like, you know, like big time alcohol out of it, and he got really drunk and like he was very like just unstable. And I was like, oh, I get it. I'm like, I'm a fairly large man. I don't think a 6-pack of Coors Light's gonna do a lot to me.
But also, this is like the psycho, you know, American in me. But I'm like, you have no right. Like that is my stuff.
Oh, believe me, I got like there was that anger that I had, but I remember I was also at like a event for my company that I work for, so I was like I couldn't like do the thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like if it was like me by myself, or if it was like TDT Media's like event.
Right, if it was like you and me, yeah.
Oh, I would have been like freaking popping off like crazy. By the way, I have shout out Jack Gaffney. I have the Patriots over on their money on their total points today, so hopefully it hits.
Degenerate betting on a preseason game.
Daughter crying like crazy.
Uh-oh.
Why is
No
she
good,
crying?
bro.
No bueno. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. Everything else is going okay. Today was a little frustrating. It's kind of a shitty mood. I think my daughter can you can hear my daughter. She's feeling the same way I am. I think.
I can't hear.
Oh really? Okay. I turned on the setting for like noise, like background reduction. So hopefully it's working.
Oh yeah, I can only hear your voice. You're good.
Because she's wailing right now. But anyways, how's everything else? Oh, you know what? Wait, is it that time? Is it that time? Wait, is it that time? He better have something. Hold on, real quick. He better have something that's other than a green screen. He better put something up on the green screen because you can't just But anyway,
since he won't be here, put Connor's face on the green screen side.
I was gonna say okay. Oh God, it's so pathetic how much we think alike. I was legit thinking that.
Put that tongue picture of Connor up there. Oh, LaRue. What's up, LaRue? I didn't even see this.
Yeah. What up, LaRue? LaRue sauce.
What's up?
Awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, dude, everything's all good, man. It is what it is. Life's treating me okay. What else we got going on? What we got going on this week? Oh, I'm going to another Schaumburg Boomers game on Saturday. Just for the heck of it. Oh no, it's not true. It's this Saturday. This Saturday is not for the heck of it. This Saturday is where we are doing a kind of like a special. I can't recall her name because I don't know her specifically. However, she knows my sister. Or my sister knows her, I should say. That's probably the better way to put it. And unfortunately, she got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So we're kind of doing like a thing for her at the Boomers game this weekend. So that should be fun. Plus the Bears play Saturday against the Bengals, and it was announced today. Oh, we'll get to that actually. We'll get to that. But first, ladies and gentlemen, we are unfortunately missing the Davis division today because Connor decided that he had to go on some kind of retreat. I hear there is a lot of slip and slides and men and bubbles, I don't know, weird stuff. That's fine. Let him do his thing. But that being said,
I saw on the company account he bought a 7-pack of Speedos from Dollar General last night.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. I guess there was a weird thing. I heard he didn't even like wearing them though.
No, I mean, hey, content is content.
Yeah, do your thing, dude. Do what you gotta do. Hey, and
in this economy, I understand.
No shame in your game, dog.
Welcome to 2024. What can I say?
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, our other producer, the man, the myth, the legend himself, is stepping in with his own segment. We're gonna call it Simple Side Segment. Oh, there it is.
Wait, what?
And on that note, here I am. Connor Davis is actually with us. I don't know what y'all are talking about. He's right
other
there.
Side. There you go.
Right there. He's right there. Right there. But
look at him.
Anyways,
he's pointing to you.
He is pointing. And this is the only picture I had, and I had it cropped it weird. So Mookie Watson's just kind of cut off, but Connor's in there, and that's what matters. But I didn't have the big face picture on my MacBook.
I'm sending it to you. It's okay.
Thanks. A little late for that, but appreciate it.
What do you got for us tonight? What do you got for us tonight?
So this is very last minute. Thank you, Connor Davis, for sort of canceling. But first off, start with the biggest news, and that is Mr. J.J. McCarthy, first-round pick out of Michigan, is officially out for the year with a torn meniscus. My question for you guys, it's a two-part question. So what does this mean this year for the Vikings? But also, what does this mean for J.J. McCarthy in his development? He was likely going to be the starter this year. Of course, he can't now. So how does this affect his future?
I think my favorite meme about this, obviously you try not to meme somebody's injury, but it's sports and it's Twitter. It happens. I wish the best for JJ McCarthy. He seems to be in good spirits. My favorite meme was the picture that says, "Help, I accidentally became important at work." And somebody said that was Sam Darnold, who was not expecting to matter at all this year, and now he's very much going to matter for a Vikings team that hopes they're going to make the playoffs. At least that was the hope before all hell broke loose in Vikings camp this last couple weeks. I just don't know what's going on up there. I think they need to blow the horn, stop practicing, just wait until week 1 of the regular season and just hope it goes okay. Just guess on their 53-man roster. We'll figure it out as we go. If we mess up, we'll give some guys some calls back. Hopefully, they're still around. But Jordan Addison, JJ McCarthy, the Vikings had another wide receiver go down yesterday.
Yeah.
It's just been ridiculous. There's a thing. So the Packers historically have had a lot of hamstring injuries, even up until last year with Christian Watson. And there's always been a lot of speculation, like their training staff sucks, etc.
Mm-hmm.
For the Vikings, it's just like torn ACLs and like major injuries. And so it's just one of those things where like I'm sure it's just a coincidence. You hate to see it, but as a Packers fan, I hate it for the person. Don't hate it for the team. If the Vikings suck, that's just 2 free wins from me and Bruce apiece.
So to answer your question, Hawkinson's out with knee injuries. With a knee injury, he's likely to miss week 1. Jordan Addison today was cut off, but he's likely to be okay, but to miss some time.
I thought he tore his ACL.
No, it was an ankle injury. It just came in about an hour ago. It says Vikings receiver Jordan Addison avoided major ankle injury after being carted off at practice. I don't know how accurate that is. Yeah, avoided major ankle injury. Yeah, it's on Twitter too. That's their beat guy. But so to answer your question though, is it going to affect JJ McCarthy's career? Honestly, you know what? I'm looking at it like a blessing in disguise for him. Hear me out. While the best ability is sometimes availability, I think it's not a bad thing for him to sit and wait and watch this year and kind of study the game. I know that's a very old school way to look at it, and it's not traditionally and also we got to keep in mind is like this is probably my best, most I guess down to earth take that I would have, because if I was a Vikings fan, that would never be. I'd be like upset. I'd be like, oh, he should start right away. He's the rookie. Sam Darnold's terrible anyway. Blah blah blah. Saying all this crap. But that being said, they'll be fine. Or he'll be fine. Let JJ McCarthy. I still don't think he's a very good quarterback, but he's a Chicago guy, so I'm going to give him a little bit of grace on that. But no, I think it's a blessing in disguise. Again, he'll get an opportunity to see the game, to be able to study the game, and then more. And not to say that he's not able to do so at the quality that the Big Ten had in the national championship had for him. But NFL obviously is faster, stronger guys, so he'll be able to see that, and he'll be able to kind of recognize and study the game and see how they disguise zones and how they disguise just different things on defense that he can see obviously on a game tape, but not necessarily feel it yet and on the field. It's not anything collectively for the team though, to be honest with you, because that team is going to suck anyways this year. They were going to be in the cellar of the NFC North, so I don't really think that's going to. The only thing it's going to affect is the development from a team standpoint of if JJ McCarthy is their guy. I mean, yeah, he signed that big deal, and yeah, he's there. He's their rookie, but yeah, it just hampers that a little bit in the camaraderie and like that whole team aspect, the chemistry aspect too.
I think they might Trey Lance him.
Ooh. I think that's not a bad take.
I think there's a very good chance that somebody else.
He was looking good though. People were saying
he wasn't looking good. So was Trey Lance before he blew out his knee his first year.
Yeah, he looked terrible last week.
Trey Lance
so bad.
Yeah, I legitimately think that like ruined his career. That knee injury his first year ruined his career.
Oh, 100%.
And so that's just my hope. Obviously, I don't care if the Vikings are good.
No,
It's
I don't give a shit.
it's almost what a lot of people are saying. This is like a redshirt year basically for him. It's like, all right, just learn. Because frankly enough, is like at the moment.
But what
right
is
now,
he going to learn from Sam Darnold?
Not much, which is
what's crazy? Sam Darnold.
Hey, rookie,
like
this is how you sit on the bench.
Isn't Sam Darnold only like 25 still? Is it or not still? But like, isn't he only 25?
Got drafted in 2018.
Isn't he like absurdly like he's still pretty young? Like the way I feel about it with how many teams he's been on, I feel like he's like 30.
Sam Darnold is 27. Jinx.
20. Okay, fair.
Yeah, because he got drafted 6 years ago. He got drafted at 21, so he's the same. He's a normal.
I thought he was younger. All right, what do you got next, Red Side?
So I had to show that.
Poor Jack.
All right. Actually, this will make Jack happy. So, from one shitty team to another shitty team, the New England Patriots have themselves a little backup quarterback battle between Drake May and Mr. Bazooka Joe Milton III, for who's gonna back up Jacoby Brissett this year. And my question to you guys is, right now, who do you give the number 2 spot to? Do you give it to Drake May or do you give it to old Bazooka Joe?
Oh, I'm giving it. All right, so I'm gonna defer this one to MJ because I don't know well enough about. I mean, Drake May, obviously, I know well about, but I don't know about that quarterback situation in there, dude.
So, honestly, I think it's a situation they'll have all 3 on their roster.
Joe Milton, didn't he do work though? Didn't he look absurdly good? Didn't he run all over the field too?
Yes.
Wasn't he like a poor man's Lamar Jackson right there?
Are you talking about the first preseason game, or are you talking about in college?
Yeah. No, first preseason game. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes, you're. There was a highlight of him juking out like half of the defense in the first preseason game.
Yeah.
So realistically, I think all 3 of them make the roster. I don't think initially it matters who they have listed as 2 or 3. If we're talking about who has more initial promise, it's Jacoby Brissett is the number 1 right now, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we're talking who has a better chance of playing if Jacoby Brissett is not doing well, I think it's Drake May. They spent the first round pick on him. I think the organization is entitled to give him a shot. However,
is Zappy still on the team?
Yes,
Zappy
is still on the roster.
It's a 4
quarterback.
I'm gonna allude to this. Jack got me. The only battle really is QB 3 between Milton and Zappy. But I mean, yes, you spent the first rounder on Drake May, but a reason why I compare May and Milton is they're both rookies. They both have a lot more to prove.
I would be shocked.
Is this a Kirk Cousins RG3 situation? Huh?
Because Kirk got drafted the same year. Okay, I get what you're saying. It's possible. Yes,
it's possible.
We watched Joe Milton at the Senior Bowl, although he arrived late and then barely played. Brother has a cannon. He was on the field with Bo Nix, Michael Penix. He had a better arm than all of them put together. Now, when it comes down to, running an NFL offense and being the guy, I don't know. All I know is he has every physical gift you need. It really comes down to who is teaching him, who is coaching him, what kind of offense are they going to put in place? Because the kind of offense Jacoby Brissett or Drake May would run is not the kind of offense you would install for Joe Milton to succeed. And so that's the only question, is who are they building around? I don't think Joe Milton is going to be put in a place where he could succeed. If he went and backed up somebody like Lamar, and not saying that, obviously, idiots, I'm not saying, not you two, the general public, I'm not saying that he's a Lamar comp because he's black and fast. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying his play style is similar. So shut up, because I already know it's coming. I think that if he was in a situation where he could learn from a mobile quarterback, I think he could do much better Jacoby Brissett and Drake May are not the type of quarterbacks that will run a system that will be beneficial when Milton does get playing time. That's why you saw just like weird off the cuff creation from him in the first preseason game, because the offense just doesn't suit him.
You know what I love about preseason football? That we're talking about a third string quarterback for a team that's been finishing last place in the AFC East.
Don't count out the Jets, man. Don't count out the Jets.
Okay, we'll get there. We're gonna get to that point. We're gonna get to that show. What was that next week? No, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh, we do need to.
We should probably do it next week, actually.
Well, so we have that show and we have our fantasy draft.
Oh shit! So we should. So next week. All right. So next week we should probably do our predictions, and then the week after that, then the week following after that is opening night.
Yes.
So all right, real quick.
Packers in Brazil, baby.
So you know, it'd be an awesome place, by the way, for Milton, in my opinion. So before we switch topics, again,
Arizona.
No, I think Pittsburgh with Wilson and Fields.
Gosh.
That'd be an awesome. That'd be a great.
I kind of like that though.
Hold up.
And I think Tomlin would be is a phenomenal coach, and I think he'd be able to do a great job mentoring this young man too. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Imagine the
he's going to be on the Patriots.
Imagine the kickoff return with Fields and Milton back deep.
Oh, jeez. Also, that we got to talk about that new kickoff next week too. But
I like it.
I don't mind it. No, I do. I thought that's the thing. I don't mind it, but
I want somebody like the Patriots to put like 6 offensive linemen on the field for it.
Dude, okay, so that's what I'm thinking. I think there should be a running back type guy back there.
Yeah. Like
your
second, just imagine.
I think Cordell Patterson would be pretty sick back there.
Well, of course he would. He's the second best returner ever.
Well, no, but I'm not looking. I'm looking at it from the perspective of him being a running back type. So I think he can see. He sees holes well. Anyway, but no, I think Zap is going to end up being.
In that case, put Will Levis back there. You know what I'm saying? Put Zach Wilson back there.
I don't know about that.
All right, Scott, what you got next for us? What you got next for us?
Last one. And this one, okay, so I'm going to give you guys a hypothetical. This one isn't really related. I just thought of this and I thought it'd be cool to ask. So hear me out. So this is a very hypothetical, but let's say, so MJ, you used to play baseball.
Yes.
So this one's sort of more targeted at you, but I kind of like it for both you guys. So right now, if you had to step in a batter's box and face 10 pitches of 100 miles an hour, do you think you can make contact once? This goes to both of you.
What kind of bat do I have?
You have whatever bat you want.
Can I get warmed up?
Yeah, you can see some lower speed pitches, but the first pitch of 100 you see is your first legit swing. So it's a two-part question.
Do I make contact?
Do you make contact? And if you make contact, do you think you can hit one fair? Doesn't have to be a base hit, but it's a legit question.
The douchebag in me wants to say yes.
Yeah, no, same. There's that I guarantee I could foul at least one off, but I probably wouldn't be able to get a hit.
Is it a pitcher or a pitching machine?
Pitching machine.
Ooh, good question. Oh, yes. Then yes. Yeah, I could probably foul them off.
Because it'll be 10 in the same spot.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too.
If it's a Aroldis Chapman, I am dying.
Dude, how about Chapman throwing 105? How is dude still throwing 105? Did you see that?
Sai, can I get an age check on him?
Oh my!
Yeah, Aroldis Chapman's about 35, I believe, but we'll double check.
He's still throwing gas. He's gonna be like Satchel Paige.
Aroldis Chapman is 36, and he's still throwing.
Aroldis Chapman is 36 years old and was born on February 28, 1988. Also, I can give you real-time notifications on Kansas City Chiefs breaking news. Would you like me to do that?
No. Why would I want that?
Kansas City Chiefs?
How do we go from Chapman to
Because he
Chief?
played for the Royals last year. Maybe she got
maybe,
confused.
but
freaking
okay.
Chat GPT. Okay. I think
But
if you give me 10 pitches off a pitching machine at 100 miles an hour with the bat of my choice, and I get to warm up appropriately beforehand, I can at least make contact once.
all right, I'm gonna go with the reflex from the late 90s, early 2000s bat. That thing's got pop.
I'm gonna go with the
The-
32-29, like 2016 Easton.
I think it's a drop 6, if I remember correctly. I remember the drop. Anyway,
Oh,
I
you're
think
going. Wait. Can we use illegal bats?
yeah, we can use
Yes,
illegal.
that's why I said any bat.
Oh.
At least
Then I'm
make
using
it,
like a drop 10.
at least make it interesting, because this is the thinking, right? If you're using like the basic like MLB wood bats, like that's not interesting.
I ain't
But if
hitting
you're using
anything with that.
if you're
Yeah.
using an illegal
No, dude.
aluminum bat,
Illegal
like-
drop 6 reflex from the night.
Oh yeah, give me like a
90s,
drop 6 BB core from 2010 before they had
but
regulations.
in that case,
In that case, I'm hitting one fair.
I was gonna say in that case, can you hit one fair?
Yes.
10.
If you give
10.
me an illegal bat and all of those other scenarios. But let's say you put me in the box against a Roldis Chapman with a
no,
wood bat.
definitely not illegal.
No, I'm not hitting a single pitch. He could throw 100. I don't know if I hit one.
I'd be too scared I'd get one in the head.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like he
I'm
could go
saying-
Bull
I'm not even
Durham on
kidding.
me.
Yeah, dude. I'm not
One
even
foul,
kidding,
one
man.
foul tip later, it's yeah.
Right. I'm taking it
so-
to the dome. No, I'm good.
Sai, did you bring this up because of what I said to you and Braden that one night?
Yes.
So Bruce, I'll tell
This
this
is
to you.
exactly why I brought it up.
I said double A, right? That's what I said.
Yeah, you said
Okay. So Bruce, I said that if right now you dropped me in a double A baseball game, I could get 3 outs in an inning as a pitcher. Now, that is not saying that I would do it without giving up hits, runs,
I
home
was
runs,
gonna say,
etc.
yeah, you did exactly. Say that,
But-
you could get.
he'll probably
Yeah,
give up
Here's my
8 or 9
reasoning.
runs,
Here's my
but he-
reasoning. Here's my reasoning.
No, he's
guys
not
put
wrong.
in the third string catcher to clean up games.
It was not,
in
and
Major
not
League
only that,
Baseball
but
when they're
we're
down by
seeing
10.
We're seeing pitches that are 85, 90, 95, 100. And then, like, I don't know what MJ throws now, but, like, to have somebody, like, come in and, like, be throwing, like, 75 or something like that, and then having
Yeah,
their
it's just
curveball
sad.
be at, like, 60, 62, they're going to be like, what?
Yeah. So that's where, and like I can mess around with a knuckleball. And let me be clear, I would go Bull Durham. The first thing I would do is throw it the first guy.
Oh, with that.
And then the second one, I would throw it the second. Like, hopefully I don't hit the first guy. The second pitch, I throw again. And like, just to scare all of them, like, oh my goodness, who is that? What? And like, I'm giving you everything I got on those first two. I want it to whiz by that guy. If I don't have anything left after that, I'll throw
Or the
all
arms like just
curveballs.
hanging.
Yeah, I'm just
Dude, no.
rotator cuff gone, UCL gone. It's fine.
I would
But
do
am
like
confident.
I would do some like crazy ridiculous wind up, bro.
Yeah, I would do the Johnny Cueto. I would do the Johnny
Cueto,
Cueto,
yeah.
like
Cueto, hold it, turn the
little
back,
shimmy.
turn the back, turn the back,
yeah,
turn the back, leg move, and
Yeah.
throw.
I would
Every
I would
pitch
go
we just wind up.
Bruce, who was the guy, Weird Al?
Uh,
I would do that stuff. Like I would just look at them, just like like I would just freak them out. Like
start staring
I
at
am
directly
yeah,
at
I
them
am
the whole time.
convinced that I just
Make them step out.
stand there. Well, you can't really do that with the pitch clock anymore.
Pitch
but, like,
clock,
just-
yeah.
I don't care. I'll take a violation. I don't care. I'll take 3 straight violations. Just watch them. I just won't move.
Throw it-
And then the fourth
throw
one,
it
and then
someone's
the
head.
fourth.
Throw it
So the
someone's
first
head.
batter, yeah, the first batter, I don't move for 3 straight pitch clock violations, and then the fourth pitch to walk the guy, throw it by his head.
Okay, so hey, real quick, this you know what? It's actually kind of good that you brought this up. So I was just Connor, because I don't know if you guys saw it, but there is a new rule proposal change for Major League Baseball and pitchers. So it would require
and it's
all starting pitchers to throw at least 6 innings or maximum 100 pitches before they can be taken out of the game.
yes. Hold on. But there's like 3 loopholes.
Yeah, but I haven't read all about it. I just saw the headline. I read a little bit and then I got interrupted because I had the kid up. But yeah, so I saw that and I was like, yo. So okay.
So,
can I all right, go ahead, Si.
I was gonna say, so the 3 loopholes, however, or like the exceptions are throwing 100 pitches before hitting 6 innings, giving up 4 more runs, or an injury.
Okay.
Otherwise,
okay.
Otherwise, it's you got to go to 6.
That's wild.
Console.
Just forget the opener. Just doesn't exist anymore, I guess.
To be honest with you, here's my thing, and I'm totally gonna go.
My arm hurts.
I'm gonna go full meatball on this. All right.
Okay.
Oh,
the problem is this is the problem with the pussification of society. Like the expectations of these guys throwing like their maximum effort for 2-3-4 innings, and then being like, okay, we'll get another guy in there for 2-3 innings to maximum effort the whole time instead of just like that's why you're seeing a litany of injuries. That's why you're seeing a litany of crappy, the lowest percentage or batting average in Major League Baseball history. So some would argue, yes, the idea and the premise is working because we found I guess you could, to use your word again, inside a loophole. We found a loophole to be successful against Major League Baseball hitting because we're having guys like just beat balls to the wall the whole time. I don't know. I think that there was something that was just kind of nice and romantic about seeing guys throwing like 110 pitches for the course of 9 innings and having them maxing out at 102 first 2 innings or whatever. Then after that being like, okay, I'm going to pump it, relax a little bit now and throw around like 96 the rest of the time frame. I don't know. I just kind of miss that kind of, I miss that kind of baseball. I don't like I don't like this, like, 2 pitches later, 3 pitches later. It's all bullpen now. It's like you don't think about a starter. I'll be honest with you, like I don't think about a starter being super, super dominant anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't like make me like say, I don't know. I could be wrong on it. It's fine. I think I'm just showing my age, but I just don't really think about a starter just being super, super dominant anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely not as many now because it's like, oh, everybody's got to go like the 3 batter minimum, and now possible pitch, like you have to do this amount. Like you're not wrong, and it's purely because hitters are too good, so pitchers are having to do a lot.
Are they
more
though? Isn't batting average at like an all-time low?
I mean, I'm not sure
that's why my argument about saying. Sorry, go ahead.
Honestly, I'm not sure if that is true or false, but from what you can fact check, but pitchers are, from what a lot of people have said, is pitchers have to throw harder and they have to do a lot more because of how good these batters are getting.
Sorry. I'm watching the Patriots-Eagles game, and I'm seeing one of their linebackers just freaked out right now, and it's kind of funny. He's like,
shout out Jalix. Shout out Jalix.
Yeah.
The boys
playing. Yeah, so Major League average is at 240 right now, which is the lowest since 237 in 1968, which was the year of the pitcher.
So it went up. It's actually gone up then because it was previously the lowest.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know, MJ. What are your thoughts on it? Do you kind of want to see that rule implemented?
Realistically, no. Honestly, I think it will increase injuries, and I think that's why it won't happen. Because there are certain guys that throw so hard. Games are also ending in less than 2 hours. Top 5 season ever. Fair, which is good for TV viewing. It's not good for in-person viewing. Nope. I've gone to a couple games. It's not the same. I don't like it.
Baseball.
No. I like the idea. So here's the problem. The way the game is currently played, that rule will not fix the style of play. That's what people really want. People miss Randy Johnson, Greg Maddux, Justin Verlander, like these dominant starters who could throw complete games, strike out 10, be wizards with the ball. That just doesn't happen anymore. I don't think this rule would change that. I think you would get guys who throw softer and throw a lot of junk and can make it through 6 innings or make it to 100 pitches, or guys get beat up and they get taken out anyway. And then you would have anybody who throws hard goes to the bullpen. And so for the first part of the game, it would be guys throwing junk. For the second part of the game, it would be guys coming out throwing 103 because they only have to throw an inning or 3 batters.
I mean, it's how it used to be.
Yes, but I don't know. I don't think it would actually achieve. I don't know what Major League Baseball would want to achieve by doing this, but whatever it is, I don't think it actually achieves anything.
I second that. I was going to say I miss like specialists. Like we don't get like bullpen specialists anymore who can just come in for the one batter, like lefty specialists. Like we don't get those anymore because of pace of play. So I don't think that's what they're trying to challenge. I haven't read the article fully, but I want to just I don't think the rule is the right move.
I don't know. I think that if they're going to implement something like this, I don't think the pitch count's going to be 100. I could totally see it being lessening. And we also have to take into consideration that there's no way like the Major League Baseball Players Association is ever going to let it pass either.
The stipulation to avoid manipulation of the injury part is if a pitcher gets pulled from the game for injury, they have to go on the IL.
Oh, I did hear that. I don't know.
They would have to go on the 10-day IL.
I don't know. Whatever. I kind of like it for whatever reason. I don't know.
No, I mean, you would have pitchers would have to throw slower.
Yeah, that's and ergo making batters potentially be more successful.
Yeah, I guess if that's what they're really going, if that's the way they want to do it, I guess.
Is scoring that significantly down in Major League? I mean, theoretically, if batting average is that far down, you would think that scoring would be that far down as well. But
let me see.
I don't know. How about this? Just let guys start juicing again, and just let's just like hit dingers, dude.
Yeah.
Just let guys juice and hit dingers. Barry Bonds is the home run leader, boys, of all time.
Like why? What happened to the game we love? Like let's
let him juice.
Agreed.
LTJ, baby, LTJ. Let them juice.
And on the topic of letting them juice, let Barry Bonds come back for one pinching opportunity with the White Sox so he can get his damn Hall of Fame clock reset.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
I need it.
Is this just you thinking about this?
Have you not heard Cy and Jackson talk about this?
I haven't heard about it. No, I've been pretty busy on Tuesdays.
This is actually They want, so the White Sox are so bad anyway, right? Like, who cares what the White Sox do? So they want Barry Bonds to come back and sign a 1-day contract with the Chicago White Sox, pinch hit once, which will reset his Hall of Fame clock, so that maybe 5 years down the line from today,
instead of
people
having
would
the
be
senior, whatever the hell it's called, the old people be voting for, it could be the writers again.
Yeah,
because fuck the Old Timers Association. I think that's what they are.
Yeah, so maybe in 2030, if he came back this year for one game.
I mean, okay. So real quick before we we can take the last little 5 minutes of this segment to talk about that, because are we really going to hurt anybody right now with the Chicago White Sox letting Barry Bonds take a swing at?
No,
exactly.
We're not
at all. Okay, so I heard the
fans that are there.
This is great. You guys you'll appreciate this. I heard a stat that said that combined war for the White Sox currently right now was like 2.3 combined war for their whole team. So if you really think about that, you can pluck some regular like triple A, double A guys, stuff like that can potentially compete against this team because their combined WAR is only 2.3. Like, how sad is that?
That's definitely not even close to true. Well, I guess if you're counting all the people with negative WAR, it might be.
Yeah.
They have a lot. They have a lot with negative WAR.
Okay, that
Bad.
might be true.
It's bad.
Holy crap!
It's bad. Yeah, look. Yeah. Look
They've
at
got-
Is that another?
they've-
Wait, hold on.
look at their baseball
Is that,
sponsors.
is that another apology? Is that another apology coming my way from you again? Accountability.
Yeah. Where is it, buddy? Where is it?
It's so bad, bro.
Holy crap! They've got 2 guys who have over 1 WAR, but then they have like 15 that are in negative.
Mhm.
I
So
guess
you
it
could be-
depends on who you count, because they've
You
had
could be
so
really
many guys
getting-
up and down.
You could be really just pulling guys from the minor leagues and playing. They could be playing.
They
the
do.
shot
They
for
have
people.
been. They have
They do.
56
They've been-
guys who have recorded WAR.
Jeez.
That's
They
They're
should just
constantly
more than
sending
2
guys
full
up
teams.
and down. It's bad. It's
so
really
bad.
bad.
Robbie Grossman in the year of our Lord 2024.
Rex Grossman, let's go.
Shout out Bears. Shout out
Brian
Bears.
Shaw. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. You can read half those names and be like, this is not a human being, but they're real.
Kai Bush, Fraser Ellard. What is this? 1920? Go back to
These
cheating,
are,
Chicago. Go back
These
to
are
cheating.
makeup players, bro. These are makeup players.
Literally.
These are all like these are the
Tanner
randoms
Banks.
that you get.
Jonathan Cannon, Nicky Lopez. Like these are just these are AI. These are NPCs.
Tricky Nicky, baby. Tricky Nicky. Come on, Jax. Oh. That was Jax.
Like what in the Chicago? Go back to cheating. It was
Nope.
it was better when you cheated.
Exactly. Go back to cheating. But hey, shout out Grady Sizemore though for becoming the intern manager.
Yeah,
I
the
mean-
Grady effect, baby. That's the reason why
Hey.
they beat MJ's A's. Come on, man.
They did.
Although I did have a theory on this, by the way. I did have a theory on this
Let's
that they were going to get swept by the A's because the record could have been broken against the Cubs in that homestand.
Yep.
And the Cubs were going to be the team that the Cubs would lose, causing them to not break that record. I could totally see that happen. That's what I was thinking was going to happen, to be honest with you. But yeah, man, the Cubs are pretty shitty too, though. So I'm not gonna. They're not like historically shitty, but it is shitty. We'll just put it like
St.
White
Louis
Sox-
sucks. So
The White Sox are just like a depressing all-time organization.
they are.
Well, yeah, look at their owner.
Wait,
Yeah.
they are exactly 500 all-time now.
Oh, really? That's kind of an interesting like nugget.
95-82 and 95-82.
Dude, man. Oh, was that our boy? No,
What?
but yeah.
Don't. Hey,
I'm
you
watching.
don't get my hopes up like that. Don't get my.
I thought
hopes
you guys. That was what number is he? I don't even know what number he is.
52. 52.
Oh, damn, no.
That's a great number.
No, I was in a.
It's a fantastic
great
number.
I don't even
I'm
know.
gonna, I'm
what
gonna,
his name is.
fa- I'm gonna fact
Matthews.
check. I'm gonna fact check myself though.
Fact check.
I'm based.
Hi-yo.
Just look at his Instagram.
That's what I'm doing.
He's 13.
Jay Wicks?
Wow.
Wait.
He's 58. Actually, I was wrong.
Sorry,
Wow.
the only thing on his Instagram with him in a okay, I see.
58, right here.
Okay, I see. 58, that's decent.
I see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what do you need after watching this amazing segment while you're at home hanging out? Good homeowners insurance.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you call Jeff Wertepney at 704-464-4544, let him know that TDT Media Third Down Thursday sent you, and he will hook you up with some insanely awesome rates. Also, let him know that he sucks at golf. Let's go.
Whoa.
Whoa, dude. Okay, so I have a question, man. We're gonna do a little like gas here. Also, did Kenny confirm that he's gonna be on tonight?
Beats me. Here, should I call him?
You don't have to call him. You just shoot him a text real quick. But no, real quick. Do you follow Antonio Brown on Antonio Brown? Where am I blanking?
Antonio Brown. Yeah,
Antonio Brown. Do you follow Antonio Brown on Twitter or X?
Of course I do.
That man, I'm gonna say it right now. It's some of it, while yes, very vulgar, and while yes, socially unacceptable. In my opinion, I think some of the stuff that he posts is absolutely insanely hilarious.
My life dream.
It's so wild.
Is to someday be Antonio Brown's cracker of the day.
So true. Bro, yeah, you're my cracker of the day, bro.
Thank you, Bruce.
You're my cracker of the day, dog.
Thank you,
Bruce. No, oh my god, man, like I just jumped on Twitter real quick during the commercial, and the first thing that popped up was one of his tweets, and I'm just like, man, dude, like
CTESPN, baby.
#CTESPN. Let's get it.
The greatest organization.
Oh my god, I can't. And so there was he actually retweeted, somebody posted on the new Madden. I guess there was a glitch that caused one of the receivers to continue to keep running off the field, and and AB ends up retweeting it. What did I say? He said the lines of should have thrown the ball.
Yeah, he's like, wouldn't have happened if you would have thrown him the ball more, coach.
Oh my god! I saw it. I just busted out laughing. I'm like, it's gold. Like honestly, like in all seriousness, I hope the guy's all good. I hope he's fine. He's a troll, and it's awesome. I think it's fucking great.
At this point, I feel like he is all right if he's like consistently doing the same thing repeatedly, and like he's actually broken a couple stories.
And honestly, he's fairly like clever. He's clever with some of his shit.
Yeah,
that he ends up posting out there. It's dude, but yeah, man, it's funny and okay, and that's how a lot of football players are. That's how football is for people that actually been physically in a locker room, whether that be football or baseball or basketball, whatever. Some of the things that are said aren't very nice. All right, I'll just put it out there like that.
No,
and this MJ leads me to Hard Knocks right now. All right.
Oh boy.
This leads me to Hard Knocks right now. And while I'm a Chicago Bears fan, I'm going to be watching Hard Knocks because I want to see, some of the stories or whatever. And I mean, it'd be the same thing with you. If it was the Packers, you'd be like, oh, hell yeah, I'm done watching this. Every Tuesday, we're going to watch this.
Right.
But so the first episode of Hard Knocks was fine. Introductory and whatever. I don't even know if you watched it yet or no.
No.
Okay, fair. I'm sure you've seen some of it on social media or something like that, though. But
honestly, I really haven't. I haven't seen a single clip. I haven't seen a single highlight. I follow some Bears people on Twitter. I've barely seen anything.
That's weird. But no, to that point though, it's also the largest premiere episode of Hard Knocks in the history of Hard Knocks, I think. Or the largest in 5 years or something like that. It was some absurd thing. And then all of a sudden this past Tuesday it wasn't working because the stream, someone forgot to press enter on the freaking computer to put it into the queue for it to be loaded up, ready to go.
I wondered what that was about because I saw.
Oh, I was so pissed. I was tweeting like a storm about that. I was so angry, dude. Anyway, so that I digress. But my original point, there has been, and I've counted because I've noticed one swear during the course of the 2 episodes of Hard Knocks. Yeah. I have two theories on this, and that's where you want to know the swear? Got you. The swear was ass. A coach was like, "Get your ass to the sideline," and I was like, and it was like a kidding, like not even like a like stop being an ass, or you know what I'm saying, like or anything like that. He was like, "Get your ass to the sideline,"
Yeah.
But dude, And this is going to be like the meatheadedness in me, and I'm cool with it. But man, like I want to see shit talk. I want to see, dude. Jalen Johnson swore at his press conference because he wasn't ranked in the top 100 of NFL players. Because he's like Aaron Rodgers didn't even play last year. Why was he ranked in the A's? He said
you're
some
better
other stuff.
than him.
And then he's like, what did he say? He said something along the lines of like, I don't know. I think it's bullshit. And then HBO didn't even like show that. They didn't even show that part of his press conference, saying it was bullshit. It's like,
well,
no, well, real quick, like just before you like interject what you have to say, like my biggest problem with this is, and in my opinion, this is what's going on. Like you're a station that gave us Entourage. You're a station that gave us Game of Thrones that has like tits hanging out and blood and gore and all this other stuff. You're the TV station that's given us like what do you want to call it? Godfather. You get whatever. They provide so much crap like that, but yet here's the issue. This is the problem. The Chicago Bears are the problem because they're trying to make it look like a mom and pop type situation. Like, oh, diddly-dee, doodly-doo, everything's hunky-dory here in Chicago, which honestly, it's a lot better now than it has been. But it's football, though, man. People are going to be pissed off. People are going to fight. People are going to yell at each other. People are going to say things. Like, if I don't hear any swearing in the next episode of Hard Knocks, because they practiced against the Cincinnati Bengals today, and if I hear them like, hey, good job, buddy. Yeah, shucks. Golly. Like, if it's like that for this upcoming week, instead of like guys being like all into it and being pissed off and, hyped up, and it's like, something's up.
I'm gonna interject real quick. This right here is how I would feel if they actually sweared on fucking Hard Knocks.
That's a solid picture.
Thank you. I think it's a great picture. It's how I'd feel. Why are we not cussing? Have we never heard the fuck word before? Have we never heard shit? Like, guys. It's football. These are grown-ass men in the fucking trenches, and you're telling me the most we're getting is ass? That's fucked.
Let's go.
I guess I'll play devil's advocate here. I understand nothing either of you said is incorrect inherently. I would assume, given the Bruce had a special word for it, given the toned down nature of today's media, that they are doing.
You can say wussification.
There we go.
With a W.
Due to that, I would assume that they are trying to make it more family friendly.
Oh yeah.
Now, I understand what you have said about Game of Thrones. Like all of that is correct. It also could have to do with the Chicago Bears. I don't know what influence the Bears had on the content. I know that obviously, like when the Dolphins did it, they had a pretty good influence. So that's my thing, is just like, I understand why they're doing it. I also understand why football fans want the real, uncensored content, especially for your team. But from a business perspective, I totally understand why they're doing it, because they don't want to lose money. Here's what it is. They don't want to lose money on sponsorships because of having to put a rating on their show. They can get much better sponsorships for a national television program if they don't hit a certain, like, indecency rating is not the words I'm looking for, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my assumption, is they want to make more money.
It's already rated TVMA.
Isn't there one higher than that?
No, mature is just mature. Well, like NC-17, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or is it like, or no? I think TVMA is the highest, or TVMA is the highest rating or worst rating that you can get for something. Well, that too. Well, they still want more ratings. But... Yeah, no. HBO it has a TVMA rating.
Oh, that is the. So then why aren't they?
That's why I think
that was the only
Chicago
thing I could come
Bears.
up with was just the.
That's why
Yeah,
I think
so
it's
it has
Bears
to be the Bears. So yeah, let's just roast the dysfunctional organization once again that doesn't know how to get their fans involved and doesn't know how to
it's just
enjoy themselves.
And I'll be honest with you, if it was any other team, I probably wouldn't be watching. And I will let me admit this too. Last Tuesday, or this past Tuesday, I should say, when it was on, and it was taking forever for them to put it on the stream, I actually fell asleep during the middle of it. I did. I'll admit
The
it.
Chicago Bears are a boring football team.
That's not the reason why. It's just the storylines that they have. There's so much potential with other storylines, and they're choosing like things that are just not like. No
are there though?
Yeah, but okay. Type agent, like his dad's a freaking badass arm wrestler. He goes to every single game and watches it, and has an insane workout schedule, insane workout regimen he does with his son. Like, why don't talk about that? I'm okay with them talking about that. I don't want to hear about like what's his face ripping and like how he's like a guy who started 5 games his entire career, and he's a vet that's just trying to make a roster spot, or undrafted rookie Reed who like holds all these records for D2. Like, I don't care about that stuff. What I care about is like the meat potatoes. Give me some meat and potatoes, dude. I don't want any seasonings. I want some meat potatoes. Shit.
I just don't. So Bruce, when I tell you I haven't seen any clips, like the only one I saw was.
You should be happy.
I think
the one that I sent you with the Bulls intro with Caleb Williams. They got us all hyped. I
didn't even know that was Hard Knocks.
Yeah,
I just thought that was something the Bears did. But I saw maybe Greg posted on Twitter. Roma Dunze singing some song.
Oh yeah, it was
the talent show.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I've seen, and like I don't care. Again, I'm from Chicago, so I'm used to seeing plenty of Bears stuff and everything. Like I literally follow Bears writers.
I hate you.
It doesn't matter. Well, some of them. Some of them are actually good friends with me. Like Greg and I are chill. Jacob and I are chill. Forget that other guy's name. He and I are chill. Really, it's the radio that I don't get along with there in Chicago. The writers I'm good with. The writers were fine. The radio, not so much. The fans, it depends on the day. Okay, you have no idea how much I want to troll now. Like, almost a year later, I really just want to mess with them. Like, I want to just like full blown go troll mode on the Chicago Bears. Because like I'm at the point where
hold on.
I just want to be that guy.
Coach Kenny, what up?
How's it going, guys?
Like I just Bruce, I want to be that guy.
To just troll.
Bruce is trying to shut me up. Yeah. Like I just want to.
No. It's just like you can.
I did it a little bit. I did it a little bit because like, okay, in the back of my head is Jalen Johnson probably a top 100 player, probably, but like,
yeah.
Do I want to piss people off? Like,
of course.
He's not good. CFF in 2024, really? That's what we're going off of? He didn't get voted.
It would be such an easy way to piss people off, though. Like, especially Bears fans. Bears fans are easy to piss off.
They're so easy. I'm not even talking to them and they get mad. I could be talking about the weather outside and they're like, "You stupid Packers fan."
Oh, dude, that reminds me. Yeah, they still remind you. Fans, like Twitter people, still remind you of that shit from last year.
Yeah, yeah. Which, like, what I love is a bunch of them follow me, right? So first of all, you're the one following me. Second of all, you're bringing up stuff in the past, whatever. Third of all, it's nowhere in my bio that I'm a Packers fan. And so, like, those of them there are some of those people who, like, will roast me publicly that have followed me for years, have, like, DM'd me asking how I got to events. And then publicly they're like, "Oh, you idiot! You got this contract wrong." I was actually pretty close. Timing was wrong.
You were
My information was wrong. I said hand up accountability. I was wrong, and then moved on. But they're like, "Oh my goodness, you're terrible." And I'm like, "You want me to show everybody the DMs of you asking how to get into sports media?"
Right.
Thoughts? Yeah, freaking hypocrites.
Dude,
Oh,
so real
gosh.
quick. So Kenny, real quick, have you watched the Hard Knocks at all?
Yeah, actually, I caught up yesterday. I watched them both.
What are your thoughts?
I think it annoys me for a couple different reasons, but the main reason is that the person that wants this Bears team to be so good is kind of getting hyped up by this. Like I'm buying into a little bit of like Caleb Williams, and I'm buying into how the defense is starting to get together. And I don't want to, because I really think that they're a 6-11 team. But
oh my god, we're not going to go down. We're by the way, we are betting on this. Like, I'm not, and like we're 100% going to bet on this.
But I do wish that there was a little bit more. It's tough. Like, did you guys ever watch this series called Drive to Survive on Netflix? It's about F1.
Oh
so
yeah, I watched it. I watched a little bit. I watched a little bit of it. I didn't see it. It was really good from what I saw.
Right, and it's really dramatized. So if you like actually follow some of the storylines, you realize that it's not anywhere near as exaggerated as it is presented. And I don't see that from Hard Knocks at all. Like it's a very vanilla storyline so far. Yeah,
dude. Right,
and I agree with that. The Bears doing that on purpose because they didn't want to be a part of Hard Knocks. So I think they're hoping to be like the worst season ever, so that they don't get brought back. I think it's a little front office.
Oh, that's an interesting take too. I agree with that. But dude, okay, so the one thing I really, really absolutely love though, man, is like watching, and like I am that guy. In every scene that I possibly can that Caleb Williams is either in the background or just up, I make it a genuine point to like read his mannerisms and trying to see body language and stuff like that, because I'm curious. Like he's happy. Like I've seen him high five like special teams guys. They made it a point to say that the last Hard Knock, second one. And then like he's like laughing and like he just seems like he's a dude. Like he's just a dude. Like he doesn't seem like a douchey kid or anything like that. He's just like, "What's up, guys? How you doing?"
Yeah, no, he seems like he's involved. He's trying to pick up the system very quickly. He's trying to understand it. I do know there's a little bit of that cockiness that shows up sometimes though, because when it seems like when the producers are asking him like, "Hey, where do you think you're at like progression wise?" and he's like, he knows the answer that the organization wants him to say, but then you can tell like right there, he's like, "No, I'm fucking killing it right now," and that that's what he wants to do. So,
what do you want him to say? I'm not picking up as fast as I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, what's he supposed to say?
Right, and the organization wants him to say like, "Hey, I'm right there. I'm progressing as much as I can right now." That kind of stuff. So yeah, it's pretty clear where the organization is drawing their lines and where you can kind of see the personalities are starting to shine a little bit.
I mean, I would hope he's picking up the offense. The offense they're going to run is not complicated.
No, it's a very vanilla offense for sure.
It's not.
So I would hope after the complicated air raid offense he was running at USC that he'd be able to pick up.
It's different though, because a college air raid offense operates a little bit differently, because when you go to air raid, you're looking more at Jimmy's and Joe's, right? You're giving them the scheme, and then they're meshing into that scheme how they fit best. And then the quarterback is. That's why if you during the Hard Knocks episode when he's talking to Rome, he's saying like, "No, all I need you to do is do a 2-step and then get to green grass and I'll find you." That's very much air raid style offense versus like a pro style, which is this, and this, and
go to the spot and that timing.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point actually. I totally lost my train of thought with it. I do like Rome. I like the chemistry that Keenan Allen and DJ Moore are seemingly developing, like a friendly, like competitive, like this is my guy type chemistry, which is nice. But damn, dude, there was something I did want to bring up that I totally slipped in my mind. See, even when I don't drink, I'm still fucking like. Dude.
My only concern is what's going on with that offensive line up there, boys?
A lot. Well, we just got word today that what's his face, Nate Davis is playing on Saturday, so that's always a good thing. So at least he'll be returning.
Like, who are you actually confident about for a full season for not playing like crap?
Not playing
on the
well. He's
offensive
playing.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Kenny.
I mean, that's a very good question because you want Jenkins to be that guy, but it seems like every time his name is even mentioned, he goes down with some sort of injury or some sort of ailment that he's not performing at 100%. But if he's on, he's unstoppable. I think he's one. There were some early comparisons to Sewell up in Detroit. I don't see that much, but he's really good if he can stay healthy. But I really just want to see more. Yeah, Wright is good if he can stay healthy and if he can avoid the penalties. I didn't like all of this. I think he had quite a few last year.
He did.
But they need to have, in my opinion, they need to focus on the center. I think they need to get that ship righted as soon as possible because that's the nucleus of the offensive line. That's going to be what dictates how they can actually move the ball forward.
Who is their center? Do they even know?
It was a mix last year. Yeah.
It's a mix right now this year because it's the starter was supposed to be the guy that they just got from the Bills. His name's slipping my mind right now.
The backup that they got from the Bills?
Yeah, he was going to be their center. And then Nate Davis got hurt, so they moved him. They moved that guy to the guard position, and then they ended up having another guy starting at center for what you call it.
So Ryan Bates is the guy.
Yeah, Ryan
Bills.
Bates. Yeah. Thank you.
So then Nate Davis,
Ryan Bates, Coleman Shelton, and Doug Kramer Jr. are the three centers that the Bears have.
So Kramer's not gonna. He's never gonna start.
No.
Shelton, Coleman, Shelton. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he was the one that was starting before when Nate Davis went down. They moved Bates to right guard, and they put Shelton there at center. So here's the thing, and then Braxton Jones, he's another one that's been out. I totally forgot about him.
Yeah, and that's their left tackle.
Left tackle.
So that is my biggest concern. I'm not worried about their wide receiver core. I'm really not worried about Caleb Williams. I'm worried about the same thing that I was worried about for Justin Fields for the last 3 years, which is Caleb Williams going to be running for his life every day? Now,
I think this offensive line
is better
this year than last year's version.
Well, I sure hope so. They were like average last year overall. The year before, the 2 years
a little
before,
below average.
Yeah, the 2 years before they were horrific.
They were trash.
That's just my concern is like the goal with the number one pick in the NFL draft. The goal when you have Caleb Williams and you trade for Keenan Allen, all of this.
Right?
This is not just like 9-8, 8-9 football. Your goal is like high level football.
6-11,
and you do not have a high level offensive line right now, and that's what would concern me the most.
What's the best right now that I think that the difference of this organization under this regime is what Ryan Poles is trying to do. So I like the fact that he's been willing to go out and be like, hey, we need another edge rusher because we need someone opposite side of Sweat, so that way he's not going to be double teamed in the sole focus every time. So they were out there trying to get what's his face from the Patriots,
Matthew Judon.
They wanted to get Judon, but he wasn't going to give up the second round pick that the Falcons ended up giving up. So at least now he's like,
they gave him a third.
Like, was it a third? I think they asked Chicago for a second.
Well, I'm sure they asked everybody for a second. They only got a third.
So what's his name? Oh, fair. That's a good call. But no, he just didn't pull the trigger to the Falcons and the Bears, and apparently they just didn't like what the Bears wanted to offer, obviously. So I just like the fact that they see the goals that this team has. They're not going with rose-colored glasses. Like, he doesn't look at that roster with rose-colored glasses. Like, he's making changes that he needs to do to hopefully make this team a sustainable success instead of it being a pop-up that I like to call it before.
I mean this in the nicest way possible, and it's not directed at you, Bruce. It's directed at the Bears. I think it's hilarious that a general manager doing his job is getting praised by Bears fans as like the greatest GM ever. Oh my gosh, he was in on a trade candidate. Like it's
But-
just wild
Oh, I
to me
didn't
that
say-
this is like
I wasn't
this is
saying
like
he's the
break. No,
best
I'm
ever.
no, I'm saying what I've seen from Bears fans talking about Ryan Poles.
Oh, okay.
They're like, oh my gosh, he drafted for needs. He traded for a wide receiver. He was in on Matthew Judon. Oh my gosh, this is my GM. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
but
that's what a GM does, brother. You guys have just had horrible ones for 30 years.
And not just the Bears organization. It's pretty much citywide that we've had terrible GMs.
Yeah.
The Blackhawks pretty much got lucky. Dale Talon almost ran the team into the ground. It took Scotty Bowman's son in order to kind of right the ship, even though there was a lot of other issues outside of that. You look at the Bulls. The Bulls have been a train wreck since, 98, basically. The Cubs had 3 good seasons. Sox had 1. I mean, look at Chicago's
hold on.
front offices.
The only argument you'll have for me on the Cubs right now, the only argument is the sustained success that they had in like those 2010s, and it was sustained. That whole time it was sustained because I don't think that they actually thought that Baez, Rizzo, and Bryant especially Bryant, would fall off like that the freaking huge fall off that they all had. I mean, when you go to 3-4. You go to 4 NLCSs and you win 1 World Series. I mean, that's I would take that. I'm sure you would take that as a Sox fan too, right?
For sure.
I would take 1. I would take 1, Bruce. I'd take a playoff appearance. I'd take a third place finish in the division.
Fair.
You're an A's fan, right, MJ?
Unfortunately.
That's a tough one. Yeah, the 80s.
But no, it's true. But I'm not trying to argue with you, Kenny, at all. Because
It was actually 1974.
I 100% agree with you though, because like we finally have if you were to tell me right now who the best GM was in Chicago right now, currently, I would say Ryan Poles. Well, a debate between Ryan Poles and what's his face? No, I would just say Ryan Poles.
Jetty boy.
I'll just say Poles. No.
Oh, for sure. I mean, at this current moment, for sure. And that's because he's doing his job.
Okay. He hasn't done anything yet. They haven't won anything yet.
I mean, he's flipped the roster in the span of, 3?
They haven't won anything yet.
No, that's true. I get what you're saying. You're not wrong.
I understand that on paper the team looks better.
You define success by how many games you win and championships won. I don't disagree with that thought process at all. However, when you want to talk about potential to win, correct. That's true.
His job is paper. It's Flus's job
to be fair,
turn that into a championship contender. And that's exactly why, what was it, in 09 or 08, the Blackhawks fired Dennis Savard as their coach because he got off to a terrible start. They had the roster to compete, so they unloaded the coach right away. And I'm still on the fence about Flus. I really don't know if he's the guy.
I know. So you know what's funny about that? Like that first episode kind of got me to liking him a little bit more too. And I don't mind him. So I was okay, I'm kind of digging out. But yesterday, or not yesterday, but Tuesday, was it Tuesday? It was before Hard Knocks, I think, that he gave an interview with CBS talking about the potential for trading for another edge guy. I don't know, he kind of may have leaked it a little bit. Did you see that by chance or no?
No, I didn't see that part.
Oh man, it was good. I was oh, looks like that training backtracked a little bit on that media training there, dog. But man, no.
And he asked during that Hard Knocks episode, he was asking Saban a lot of great questions, but also if you're an NFL coach, shouldn't you know the answer to those kind of questions already? Shouldn't you know that as the mentor? Bro. Yeah, but you should know by now that you're standing behind the quarterback, giving him strategic advice, not burning him in front of his team. But it is what it is. I know. I would. Yeah.
Well, how much are they allowing them to go back to your original point too? Though, how much are they allowing HBO to actually show the viewing public too? We don't know. He could have gotten to an argument with Saban, being like, "You're a fucking idiot, bro."
My question is, what is Eberflus supposed to be good at?
Defensive schemes.
Yeah.
He's not a rah-rah guy. He's a defensive scheme kind of guy. And I think he played, was it end or linebacker in Toledo? But he was a mid-range, mid-level kind of guy. Apparently he's a brilliant strategist in terms of defense. So
Because he was a hard hitter, they said too. That was another
Yeah.
that kind of surprised me. Like I don't see that guy as being like somebody that's gonna pop me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Yeah, but if you're playing for Nick Saban, that changes the. I think he can get people to run through a brick wall. You know.
I'll just have to see that defense for a whole season. I would not be surprised if their offense is better than their defense. I mean, I'm not saying that because I think their offense is going to be incredible.
I think for where I'm one of his biggest critics, I think the defense has improved a little bit here and there. It's shown flashes that it can be a mid-level defense, top 16 kind of deal, but they're not. I don't think that they have everything clicking just yet. And, I'm not the biggest Eddie Jackson fan, so I was okay with him departing.
Which, by the way, I said many months before it happened, but it's fine. Go ahead. Just had to point that out. Okay, so, and I guess I'm just like interviewing you guys on the Bears roster right now, is what this has turned into. So I'm meh on the secondary. I like Jalen Johnson. I like Tyreek Stevenson. I'm still not sure on Jaquan Brisker. He likes to talk more than he likes to play. Kyler Gordon has his days, and when he's not having his day, it's bad. Linebackers, I think, are good. I like Edwards and Edmonds. They did pretty well last year. But then, like, other than Montez Sweat, you still have nobody on your defensive line who is of any significance yet.
Yeah, this defense is a far cry from like those early 2000s defenses or even the 80s and 90s defenses. There just isn't that star power there. And that's where I think Flus is going to have to come in and get the defense to gel together and strategize better, because I know he's not a blitz forward guy, and kind of what made the Bears in the early 2000s was that Tampa 2 combined with a strategic blitz package.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, and that Rod Marinelli defense, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo!
See, and that's my thing is, like, I don't think I will ever hear in my life, oh, no, they're running a Matt Eberflus defense. And that's my thing is, like, if you're getting hired, if you're running the show with the quarterback and the offense you could have, it's just very surprising to me that they kept him around.
That to me was that was Ryan Poles needed to pull. If he was going to pull the trigger on getting rid of Fields to usher in the Caleb Williams era, he should have cut bait with Eberflus and gone after an offensive guru to kind of mentor him, and then they're linked together for that. That's what I think should have happened. But, the organization ended up liking Flus towards the end of last season, and I think that's what saved his job.
They love his leadership qualities. They love his leadership qualities. That's the thing. They love his leadership qualities.
Oh,
which I'd love to see on Hard Knocks.
We'll get to somebody with leadership qualities here in a minute. Kenny, as our resident Ohio State guy,
yeah, buddy.
Supposedly, report came out today. I don't know how true this is, given the context. I think it is. When Justin Fields got to the Steelers, some coach told him to close his eyes and imagine his most comfortable throwing stance. And what he did in that moment was basically his original mechanics from Ohio State. Supposedly in Chicago, they made him change his throwing mechanics. And obviously we know what happened when he was in Chicago. So my question to you is, how different was Justin Fields in Chicago from what you saw at Ohio State? And is he fixable?
So this is where I was coming up with that coach's comment before about cutting ties with Flus to move on to Caleb Williams, because I think the Bears completely mishandled the Justin Fields situation. I think that it was a different front office, different coaching staff at the time. And so he went through a lot of changes. He was definitely more confident at Ohio State. He also had an offensive line that could block for him. He didn't have to make multiple reads because he had some of the best wide receivers in the country, and they were getting open. The only time they really struggled was against maybe Clemson, maybe one of the SEC teams, but even then, they were getting there. He was able to fly
one of the which
freely.
teams, Kenny?
Yeah, the SEC.
Yeah,
teams.
don't let. Yeah,
there's only two, and
There's only two
that were competitive against Ohio State. I think Ohio State could handle anybody else, and then they could handle anybody in the SEC. Bama and Georgia give them the most difficulty.
Makes sense.
But I think Justin Fields was, and Ryan Day is a quarterback heavy coach. Like that's why Urban Meyer brought him in the first place, was because he wanted to shift the orientation of the offense from run first as a spread offense to quarterback first spread offense. And so they looked at mobile quarterbacks, high football IQ quarterbacks, and then guys that could move in the pocket, get the ball downfield. And that's when you see C.J. Stroud, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields, and a whole bunch of others during that time frame. They were able to do all of that. And I think that that's a lot to do with how Ryan Day coached up his athletes.
So is he fixable?
I think if he gets the right coaching staff behind him, absolutely. I think long term he should probably almost go the same route as Trubisky ended up going. You know, settle in as a backup, look for his opportunities to kind of come in and do the right thing. And as long as he's allowed to be himself, Chicago tried to contain him and put him in, you know, square peg in a round hole kind of a deal. That's not going to work with that type of athlete. You got to let the athlete be the athlete, and Bears never did that.
He can't read defense, though. I just have that issue with him. Defense, and
but that's coachable. That's coachable.
But you even just said it. You even just said it yourself, though, too. That I just don't see him seeing like receivers that are open in the NFL as receivers that are open. I just don't think that he sees that. I think he gets uncomfortable, and I just don't. And you said also about how he was at Ohio State. Guys would get open easily, so that way you didn't have to make multiple reads. So I don't want, and I don't think the vast majority, and I don't disagree with the thought either that you just said about him going to Trubisky route about. But you and I can both agree 100% that he's a better quarterback than Mitchell Trubisky. We'll just put that out there right now.
150%.
Let's just put that out there right now. So to answer, I mean, MJ didn't ask me these questions specifically, but I think that the Bears ruined his confidence. I do think that 100%. And I think that was also because of the surrounding situation that he had in that room. I don't like the things that we heard about Dalton saying, like, hey, I can help you with this, blah, 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 and Justin Fields brushing it off, acting like as if his shit didn't stink. So if we want to talk about, like, cockiness vibes, I got the cockiness vibe from Justin Fields big time, like a douchebaggy, cocky person. That being said, though, can he be fixed? I do think he could be fixed, but I don't think he can read a whole field. I only think that he can read half the field. And I think that it's a situation where he could probably be at best, if we were to rank him in a quarterback like tree, like rank, like, you know, or the rankings of like whatever throughout the NFL, I would probably have him at around like at the highest, probably 15, 16. The best he could probably get to. That's his ceiling, in my opinion. Because like I don't think he's a terrible quarterback. I don't think he's like just god awful. I think it like, and you and I, we all know this. We played sports. Confidence is a motherfucker. If you don't have it at a certain time, especially at the highest level, I'm sure. But like if you don't have confidence, you're screwed at anything you do. So I really think that if he gets put in a position to be successful, like you already said, Kenny, I think that he could find some pretty decent success. I don't think he's a win because of guy though. I think he's a win with guy. I don't think he's a win because of guy.
Yeah, but a lot of teams win that way. I mean, I don't think you need to be Patrick
Mahomes I
agree.
In the
Super Bowl. And I think that if he gains his confidence back, if a team allows him to use his legs a little bit, the Bears took his legs away. You know, he's like Lieutenant Dan out there. They're forcing him to sit in the pocket, and then the pocket collapses around him. It's devastating to that. And for a guy who builds his confidence off of his ability to expand the pocket and expand the play, I mean, he was doomed from the start. I was actually a little disappointed that the Bears drafted him because I thought I wanted him to go to a perfect scenario. And I knew that Matt Nagy being on his last contract, ability for his contract, and the way that organization had set everything up, I thought he was doomed.
Real quick, you know who looks the part though? I'm gonna show you something from today.
Jefferson.
You guys ready for this? Hold on. This is
Where
for you
Caleb
too.
Williams pops up on my screen.
Boy, Caleb Williams! Hey, buddy! Let's take a look.
I know you're not showing me an indoor practice clip.
Oh.
Bruce, we can't see that. When you screen share a Twitter video, it is so glitchy.
Oh,
I cannot
really?
see a thing. Yeah, it doesn't work. It's never worked.
It was choppy
Really?
on my end.
It's
Yeah.
never. Every time you screen share a video, it never works. I say it every time.
On Twitter?
Anytime you screen share your screen playing a video and don't download the video, nobody else can see it clearly.
Oh, that's stupid. We're gonna have to get a new. I need a new computer. I do need a new computer anyway. But he
I have
did
a
throw 3
question.
touchdowns. Good practice.
I would hope
against
so.
the
His
Bengals.
defense is not good. Anyway,
Against the Bengals.
I got a question. Oh, against the Bengals? Yeah, their defense sucks.
Bears gonna be top 10.
A theory came out today, and part of me wants this to happen. There was a theory thrown out that a certain quarterback who is not currently active may come out of retirement to save the failing NFC North franchise that we spoke about earlier, Bruce. That would be the Minnesota Vikings.
There's no way.
There was a clip
ahead.
a couple days ago. Tom Brady said, "These young kids don't know, and they're about to learn." And then all of this is going down with the Vikings. Tom Brady played with Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell was his backup in New England. The Vikings are not afraid to spend money. They've got a good offensive line. They've got Justin Jefferson. Could you see Tom Brady coming out of retirement to play quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings?
No.
Bruce, why don't you go first? You look really excited to answer this question.
No, he's not coming out of retirement to play for the Vikings. It's not. It's the only way that guy would. Well, first of all, don't you? Is he the main? He's not the majority owner of the Raiders, right? He's not.
He's minority owner.
No.
Would he have to give up? And I don't know what the rules, like the stipulations, are with any of this. With a player like owning part of another different franchise, or a franchise that he actually plays for. Because I could totally see a situation where if the Raiders were relevant and suddenly like, oh man, like we need a quarterback. Oh, Tom Brady to the rescue. I could see a situation like that. And if like I said, if the Raiders were good, I could see a situation like that. However, dude's what, 45?
He's old.
And like he's in phenomenal shape. Good for him. He's in great shape for a 45-year-old man that's not taking hits every single Sunday. Or during the throwing the ball like we'll say 150, 250 times during the course of a week. All right, like his arm feels amazing right now. Everything's great, but the second that guy would step on the field, like right away. So no, I don't think he's coming out of retirement. But it's fun to talk about though because it's a similar stuff that, like back in like the day, back in the early 2000s, we talked about with Jordan.
But I thought he was such a great leader that he could just make the Vikings good just by being there.
He's such a good leader that he knows when not to come out of retirement.
Oh, so you're saying Michael Jordan wasn't a good leader and shouldn't have come out of retirement?
Ooh.
No, he shouldn't have. In my opinion, he shouldn't have. But notice though, he was also the owner of the franchise that he ended up coming out of retirement for.
True. By the way,
wait, Kenny, what was Kenny's thought?
I think just for the sheer hilarity of it, I would like to see it happen.
Okay, that's fair. I like that.
I mean, it was enjoyable watching Brett Favre go to the Vikings. I mean, sure, let Tom Brady have a crack at it. Let's see what they can do.
I would love to see it just so I could have an extra 72 reasons to root against the Vikings anytime they played. And I would also like it so that I didn't have to hear his stupid voice in the broadcast booth 16 times during this next NFL season.
Right. But he would be an improvement on JJ McCarthy, so that's, I would take it.
Yeah, I mean, he's better than JJ McCarthy and Sam Darnold ×2 put together. But he's still not the greatest quarterback of all time. Anyway, real quick, Bruce and I talked a little bit about this off the air a few days ago. I would just like to make my declaration here and now that Wardell Stephen Curry is the greatest point guard that has ever walked this earth. What he did in the Olympics in that final game, I'm not. This is not hyperbole when I said that I will remember where I was when I watched that game for the rest of my life. Like, that was just take the context out of it. That was one of the greatest 3 minutes of point guard play and shooting that you'll ever see. Put the context back in it. Yeah, put the context back in it. And you have LeBron James, either the first or second greatest player of all time, depending on who you ask, and Kevin Durant, who will probably go down as a top 3 scorer of all time, both standing there asking for the ball while Steph Curry, double-teamed, fading away from the basket at 36 feet, heaves the worst heat check you'll ever see in your life, but of course it goes in.
Dude, you know what I loved about that play, by the way, MJ? I'm sorry. Like, what I loved about that play was the screen roll action used on that play was Durant and Curry. And I think having Durant's experience with Curry at that moment helped significantly, just because Durant trusted Curry to even shoot that ball at a double team, because that was phenomenal. I'm sorry. That just gave me a hardcore stiffy watching that, man. Seriously. It was
and that is the second thing I was going to say is I understand that there have been greats during every generation of basketball, right? But I truly believe that watching those three play together, especially in the last 2 games when they really got comfortable, might be the greatest basketball that you will ever see played. Because watching Steph Curry and LeBron pick and roll,
MJ with some hot takes and sausage,
may have been, that was just pure art. Like, the way that they used, because what they would do is they would have Steph Curry be the person setting the pick, and it just throws everybody for a loop, because it's like, do you sag off and let Curry get space, or
Kerr ran a lot of that. Kerr ran a lot of that with the Warriors in their prime with him and Clay, with Steph and Clay. I mean,
no, they ran it with him and Draymond, and then Clay would be the kick. And so
I just remember watching a lot of games that happening.
Well, and no, but that's exactly what they did. So they did it with LeBron was the Draymond role, where he can either pass out of the pick or drive to the basket. Then you've got Curry in the same role, and then you've got KD instead of Clay. And it was just beautiful watching those three play together. Obviously, because of money and egos and everything, I'm sure it'll never happen for a full season. But Bruce and I both talked about this. I would pay so much money to watch LeBron and Steph Curry play on a team. Bruce, they're both unrestricted free agents after 26.
That's not going to happen.
I don't know if LeBron's going to stay that long.
It's not going to happen.
I don't know much about basketball, but that's not going to happen. That seems like very lofty expectations for that kind of deal.
Although he wants to play with his other son,
Bryce, yeah. I oftentimes you're like, I wish I would have appreciated the moment. Like, I was very happy. I got home from work early that day, and I was able to sit down and watch the second quarter or the second half of that game. And it was just like, every time Steph Curry got the ball in that fourth quarter, I was like, yes, shoot it. And before he shot that final shot, I stood up in my house and I was like, don't you dare do it. And when he let that ball go, I was like, there's no way. And when that went in, I just screamed. Like,
didn't we at one point have the corner three?
At one point we did. I don't know if it got deleted, but we did.
I think someone deleted it. Dang it! But anyway, honestly, that's what I thought when I was watching him play in the fourth quarter. Like corner three,
yeah, it was just automatic
every time.
just automatic. And you could tell that some of these guys had never played against Curry because they are closing out so hard with all of their might. They're like, oh my gosh, Steph Curry has the ball at the 3-point line. I got to close out. And then he just pump fake, dribble, shot. And they're just like, what did I just watch? And it's just, I understand that I'm fanboying, and that's perfectly fine. It's rare that I actually like let myself do that. But like, there's something, I never got that like animated watching Rodgers play football. Like, there's something about watching Steph Curry dribble and knowing that he's about to shoot a shot that he shouldn't and that nobody in this world can shoot, and that he's going to hit it. And it's just like the anticipation. You're like, yes, 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 do it. Oh my gosh, he did it. It's just like, it's incredible.
I agree.
Bruce, I think it's, I was going to say, I think it's similar to Jordan gets the ball, 10 seconds
even
left.
Derrick Rose, even Derrick Rose. Even Derrick Rose, I even had that a little bit with him.
So does this team beat the 92 Dream Team?
Oh, in their sleep.
Let's not go there.
In their sleep.
Let's not go there.
I'm just curious.
Jordan was the only player on that team that has any relevance in this conversation.
Pippen.
Okay,
so this is where this is a hot take. This is a hot take, actually. The area in which the 92 Dream Team screwed up was having Christian Laettner on that team instead of Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal, without a shadow of a doubt, should have been on that roster instead of Laettner. And granted,
and if Shaq is on that roster, then there's a conversation.
It doesn't mean anything, really. But
really, Charles Barkley, little punk self against Anthony Davis and Bam Adebayo.
I would love Barkley to be talking shit to Anthony Davis, though. Granted, Anthony Davis is a lot more skilled, but we forget how good Barkley was too, though. Barkley would put up some numbers.
Fair, but like, who's guarding? So okay, you've got Scottie Pippen, right? Cool. You've got LeBron and KD. He can only guard one of them.
Hold on,
Charles Barkley ain't guarding KD on the perimeter.
Oh, also David Robinson. I'd put David Robinson on Kevin Durant.
Ooh, that'd be a good match.
On the perimeter?
Yes.
In transition?
Yes. David Robinson was an absolute freaking.
When did David Robinson have to guard a 7-footer that could shoot threes from 40 feet?
Oh.
Well, never, obviously, because
right.
That was the game then.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Actually, say, calm down, there, fanboy.
No,
the closest I could say about him guarding somebody that would be remotely that athletic or that with that great of skill set would be Akeem Olajuwon. And Akeem Olajuwon could handle the ball and also shoot. Granted, it was mid-range, but it wasn't anything like that. Hold on, hold on.
Those were good battles, though.
They were great battles. I agree.
But that's my point. Is
David Robinson, Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing would have been fun to watch him and Embiid go at each other. But granted, down low again because Embiid could shoot somewhat.
Right.
Somewhat.
So that's my point. Is just like obviously the style of game is so different. I don't think that Dream Team would be able to keep up.
Oh, Chris Mullin, dude, he's fucking shooter. Okay, so it actually shows the ages too. I don't know. They would have been okay. Laettner, whatever. Shit about that. David Robinson was 26. Ewing was 29. Bird was 35. Bird would have been irrelevant.
Bird and Magic were both old.
Pippen was 26. Jordan was 29. Drexler was 30. Malone was 28. That would have been interesting too, seeing Malone against these guys. Stockton was 30.
But that's the thing, is like that team is
29,
built to play
Magic
from
was
inside
32.
out. And Team USA this year had plenty of guys who can play inside, who can defend inside. I understand that, yeah, Hakeem is probably stronger than Joel Embiid, right? But like, thank you, David Robinson. But that's like the barrage, they just wouldn't be able to keep up scoring. They just wouldn't.
Oh man, and they also have one of the best coaches of all time.
So do the Team USA. Steve Kerr.
I would take Chuck Daly 100 times over 100 over Steve Kerr.
Interesting. Who has more championships?
Fair. I'll still take Chuck Daly. Oh, okay, 99 times out of 100, I'd take Chuck Daly.
I would take Steve Kerr on all the days that end in I need a championship.
Mike Krzyzewski would be an interesting one too. Him or Kerr? How about that? Ooh.
Are we talking? We're
like,
not talking
Team
NBA.
USA.
We're talking Team USA.
Yeah,
I would take Coach K.
Yeah.
I would take
Coach K would be like he's insane.
100%.
He knows that game.
I talk all this smack. I disagree with how Kerr ran some of the first couple games. I think he finally got his head out of his butt and realized that, hey, I have 3 of the best players who ever played the game, period. It'd be a good idea to put them on the court together. That'd be cool. And then, one of the best big men the league has ever seen, Anthony Davis. He's had his flaws, obviously, but like one of the most skilled big men the league has ever seen. He plays on the same team and has really good chemistry with the second best player of all time. So, yeah, let's put him on the court too. That'd be cool. And then Devin Booker is probably the best pure mid-range scorer in the game right now. Let's put him on the court. Woo! Crazy.
There we go. The second Karl Malone, hold on real quick. The second Karl Malone and Charles Barkley touched Anthony Davis, Davis would go down to the ground and start crying.
100%.
Probably, and then Joel Embiid would just punch them.
Okay. Barkley would probably go, oh, come on.
I would love to see Joel Embiid, Karl Malone, and Charles Barkley fight.
Oh, Karl Malone would be awesome, actually. Karl Malone's a scary motherfucker. Like, that guy kind of... Like,
I'm well aware.
That's a different type of cat. And also, he's kind of a piece of shit. But,
very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like, really, John Stockton guarding Steph Curry? LOL.
Yeah.
LOL. Because you either have John Stockton guarding Steph Curry or Devin Booker. Either way, you are absolutely screwed.
I do like John.
That's my point.
No, man, you guys start watching old film, dude. Because like you'd be kind of surprised at how good some of those guys were. Especially Stockton. Stockton was an absolute stud.
I'm not disagreeing that those guys were good. I'm saying the average level of athleticism is probably times 10 that it was 25 years ago.
Well, yeah, no, I agree with that because
and so it's just and it's not their fault. It's not their fault. They didn't have the technology, they didn't have the developments, they didn't have the equipment. But it's still not fair to say they could be dropped into today and can compete with the 2024 team. They just wouldn't.
I would love to see like Jordan competing against guys today though with the technology,
Yeah, I mean, he probably averaged 40.
Jordan and like even Pippen, dude. I think Pippen would be an absolute fucking beast too.
I think Pippen would be Kawhi, but like without the drama queen propensity.
The field goal.
Bruce just wants his points to hit.
I mean, I actually won. I won 2 bets in this game already, but. My last one is I picked the Eagles. I picked the Eagles plus. Wait, they were plus 3. Oh wait, never mind. We're good. Never mind. I did win. Were they plus 3? Hold up, sorry.
But yeah, it was also there are moments where I'm on Twitter, and I understand Twitter isn't everything. I try to keep myself aware of that. But like a lot of what we do is on Twitter, and Twitter is like the biggest social media platform right now.
Boom.
I was on Twitter as this game was going along, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, this is like everybody will always remember this moment. Like there are sporting events and there are like historical events where everybody is on Twitter, everybody is talking about it, and it was like every tweet on my timeline for an hour was Steph Curry.
It's like, know where you're at. Everything's like, it just comes to that one moment in sports, like when Hawk Tua threw out the first pitch for the New York Mets.
Oh.
I'm just fucking with you. No, I get it. I know. So yeah, no, it's like specific moments in a sports history, specific moments, period, are like historic. You know where you're at. You know what you're doing. So No, I agree. Especially for a gold medal, bro.
Yeah, doesn't get much bigger than that.
That's what she said.
Gentlemen.
And with that,
Nailed it.
that's what he
Perfect way
said.
to end for me. That's the. He said, "I need the best insurance commercial ever," and that is the card guy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Bruce.
3 more weeks, MJ.
I'm so excited.